ladies, and welcome back to the Joy Talk. I'm so happy to be here. You already know I'm your host, Vanessa Joy, and I want to know, how are we doing, ladies? How are we doing? Literally, how are we doing mentally? How are we doing physically? How are we doing spiritually? How is our soul doing? How are we doing? Listen, we are about to close off Q1. We're about to finish off March. We're about to enter like the full new season of spring. And I gotta know, how are my ladies doing? How are you doing? Let me tell you, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Some days I'm doing amazing. Some days I'm not doing so amazing. Some days I'm contemplating a lot of things. And some days I'm just in my zone and I'm going full force in whatever I'm putting my mind to. And that's pretty much part of life. And I'm not realizing at all how time is moving so quickly. Like, we are literally entering Q2. We are literally entering like a new season. Spring always brings in some fresh new energy. And it's good from time to time to check in on ourselves and be like, how am I actually doing right now? How am I actually doing? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of like, I'm just all the places. I'm tired, I'm motivated, I'm excited, I'm down, I'm happy, I'm low, I'm high, I'm all of the things. I'm all the emotions from a human, but I'm doing really well. God bless. In all, I'm doing really, really well. And I want to know, my ladies, how you doing? So drop it in the comment. Let me know, how are you all doing? Now, in this episode, I wanted to talk to you guys about how our environment, how our circle impacts us in our success. How does it impact us in our lives? How does it impact our mood? But really, mostly how it impacts us in attaining our goals and getting to our dreams and building the life we want. How does our environment, how do the people around us, how does the circle we have, how does our tribe impact us in a good way or in a bad way? How does our tribe empower us, or how does our tribe disempower us? I was going to say disable and disempower at the same time. How does our tribe disempower us as well? You know, we always have this quote. I don't know who said this quote. I don't know where this quote comes from, but it always says like, you're the average of the 5 people that are closest to you, like in terms of your revenue, in terms of your goals, in terms of everything you're going to achieve. You're the average of those 5 people. I don't know if this is scientifically proven. I kind of believe it is, because when you see how you move in life and how you see how people around you move in life, you kind of feel like there's just definitely some similarities when you think about your professional life, when you think about just how the way you think and how the way you move in life. So definitely, I believe that. I also think that sometimes we think we don't have the choice to choose our circle. Like, what I mean is, like, sometimes we're like, this girl was my day one, this man was my day one, you know, this ride or die. And then we feel like we're stuck in that circle and we can't change, but we're feeling like we're changing and that circle is not changing with us. Let me tell you, ladies, you can change your circle at any given time if you feel like it is not empowering you. Our circle, the people around us, the environment we are in, is directly impacting how successful we are, is directly impacting how we are able to achieve things. Like, it's incredibly impactful. So we must choose our circle. We must choose our environment extremely wisely, because it does have an extreme impact on us. It has an impact on the outcome. Our circle has an impact on the outcome. And this is not a lie. If you are surrounded by women or men or people around you who are just telling you can't do it, your dreams are too big, they're comparing you with who you used to be, they're telling you these things, they're talking about other people, they're just always like in a negative spiral, best believe this is going to impact you in a really negative way, in a way like, and it impacts us. This is the sneaky part. It's that it impacts us in a direct way, but it also impacts us in an indirect way. Meaning, like, you might go out with your friends and be like having dinner and you're talking, you're just like, man, what's going on? Everybody's so negative today. Everybody's complaining about life. Everybody's just like really on a bad cloud, and just really bad vibes, like bad value vibes, not like I'm having a bad day and your friend is ranting, because we definitely need those moments, but just like you feel like you're not on the same page overall with the people around you that you're having a discussion with. And you might be like, no, this doesn't affect me. I'm fine with that. That's just how they are. That's just how they are. And then you might not realize that the next time you're going to apply for a position, you're going to do something big for yourself, you're going to step out of your comfort zone, you're just going to have this little voice in your head that is going to be repeating what they've been saying in that conversation. Like, we don't always realize how sneaky the thoughts, the fears, the ways of being our environment has in our own life. It could be really sneaky, and it could be really much disguised as some goodwill, but sometimes it's just not. Like, let's just be real. Sometimes it's just not. So this is the thing. Like, I wanted to really talk about this because I know I felt it in my life. I know you felt it, ladies, in your life. And we're going to continue to feel that way. We're going to continue to feel like sometimes our environment has a great impact on us and sometimes it doesn't. And like, where do we go from there? How do we move from that? Because it's not easy. Like, it's one thing to start, air quote, your life and just like be able to choose who comes into your life. Like, it's one thing when you're just like building your circle and you're just like building who you're going to build your life with, you're building who you're building your business with, you're building your like work homies and all of that. But it's another thing when you're in relationships, like marital relationships, when you're in relationships with your friends, when you're in relationship with your family, when you're in relationship with your siblings that are a little bit negatively impacting your life. How hard is it to have a spouse, my ladies, or a partner that tells you like you can't do this, or that feels like that make you feel like you should doubt yourself. Sometimes, once again, it's sneaky. Sometimes the people around you are trying to protect you. Like, you can't do a business. That's crazy. You're just so good at your job. You can't do that. Blah, blah, blah. That's like a direct way that impacts us in our everyday lives. And that is very impactful. And sometimes we have a partner, or sometimes some ladies will have partners, our friends, our people around them, they really truly love, and they're not ready to let go of them. They don't want to let go of them, but they have a negative impact on their dreams, on what they want to accomplish, on their self-esteem. How like disempowering is that? And the thing is, like, we can't necessarily be like, I'm going to change partners, I'm going to change my mom, I'm going to change my dad, I'm going to change all the people around me, but we can definitely speak up. And this is when we have to take all the courage and be like, you know what? This is my dream. This is what I want to do. I'm going to try it. I would appreciate so much if you could support me in this. I would appreciate so much if you could really be there for me. And if you can't do that, if you can't see the vision, if you can't see what I am seeing, at least let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. For real, let me at least try. If I'm going to make a mistake, at least I made a mistake. But let me do my thing. Like, sometimes it's better to just not have people's opinion if they don't believe in you, honestly. But it doesn't mean that you have to ruffle the relationship. I could tell my mom, like, no, you know what? I'm going to be doing this thing. I'm good. Like, let's just not talk about this area of my life, and let's just have fun, and let's just chill on the other areas of our lives, and let's just move it in that way. And when I have some progress, and when I have some big news, when I made it, and when I'm going to tell you all the things you're going to be celebrating me about, I'll come back to you and we can talk about it. But for real, because sometimes it's just like, you might as well just do your own thing to prove it to yourself, because you may not get that support that you want from the people that you love the most. And you can't change the people you love the most, right? So it's like, that is another thing that very much impacts us in our successes, and impacts us in what we try to achieve and accomplish. So just know, ladies, you have one way is like picking and choosing your circle, picking and choosing who you choose to be close to you on a regular basis. And then, if there's people you love that are around you that don't necessarily support the dream, support the vision, support your decisions, support your opinions, support what truly matters to you, just know that you can still stand up for yourself without ruffling feathers. You can still stand up for yourself, and you can still literally still stand your ground and be like, this is what I believe in. This is what I think about for the future. This is what I really, truly like want to do and accomplish for myself. Once again, I would appreciate if you supported me, if you would be there for me, even if you don't understand right now. If you can't do that for that moment, I respect it. Let me just still do my thing and let me actually move through with this. And now, these were like very direct and obvious ways that our environment can impact our mood, can impact our confidence, can impact how we go and reach our goals. Another indirect way that is, I think, a little bit more common for people around us is like the energy and the mood and the vibe that people around you have, and how that can impact negatively your accomplishment, how that can impact your work, how that can impact what you're trying to achieve, right? If people around you that you love so much are constantly negative, are talking down, are just not in a good mood, not necessarily towards your goals or your dreams, but they're just not bringing that energy that is positive for you. And that's playing on your mood. That's playing on who you're trying to be. That's playing on how you feel about yourself. It's playing on how you feel about your day. That will have an impact on how you achieve your dreams and how you achieve your goals. And that will have an impact on how you move through life, because it's really hard to wake up with a partner that's always negative and always sad or always in a bad mood. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Like, we all go through things in our lives, and there are times where we're going to feel negative things. There are times where we're going to feel sad, and we have to be there for our partners. But there are times, like, sometimes our partner is just grumpy, or our mom is just grumpy, or our business partner is just grumpy, or just like in a spiral that you can't necessarily control, and it's impacting your mood. It's impacting how you're feeling. It's impacting how you're doing the work that you're doing, and that will impact how you move through your goals. So what do we do with that? Like, how do we move through that? And honestly, I gotta say, it's all about setting your boundaries. It's all about setting your boundaries. And boundaries is one big important thing. When you set a boundary with someone who feels negative, who feels sad, who feels angry, who feels grumpy, who's uncontent with life, you're not dismissing their feeling. You're not telling them like, you're not allowed to feel like this. You're not going to tell them like, because you're feeling like this, I can't achieve my goals. Like, why are you feeling so sad and grumpy all the time and moody? Like, we're not going to do that, because we have to validate our partner's feelings. Like, our partner, our friends, or the people around us, they still need to feel seen, heard, and cared for. And we can do that without it impacting us, right? Because when it's go time, when you have an opportunity to do something big for yourself, the fact that the people around you are not in a good mood, or not in a good place, or not in a good space in their lives is, yes, something that you care about. It also doesn't mean that you can't go and move up and do your thing. Like, you can very much tell them, I see you, I feel for you, I care for you, I hear you, I am here for you. And while I am here for you, I am still gonna go build my dream and take this opportunity, because this opportunity is only once in a lifetime. And once I build that opportunity, and once I'm going to be doing this, at the same time, I can still be here for you. I can still hear you. I can still be a shoulder for you to cry on. We can be two things, ladies. We can have a really, really hard time at home with the people that we are with, and we can still build our dreams. And this is very important. Like, yes, it impacts us. Yes, the environment that we are in impacts us, but we have the power, and we have the ability, and we have all our rights to build this bubble around us. Like, when it's go time, my ladies, you have to go. You have to do the thing. And yes, I'm not saying that it's easy. Definitely. It's definitely not easy when you're going through things in your personal life, when you are going through things with the people around you that you love so much. It's very much hard to just put a pause on that and just go do your thing and fly like a butterfly in your zone of genius and come back and be like, okay, we can unpause now. You can wrap up. It doesn't work like that. I know, because we have feelings. We're human beings. We have emotions. It's just that we have to realize that we can't carry all the weight on our shoulders at the same time. We can't carry all the weight on our shoulders all at the same time. And sometimes we just have to compartmentalize. Sometimes there are time for family time. There are time for being there for the family. There are time to feel sad with the family. There are time to feel the feels with our friends and the people around us. And sometimes there are times we got to think about us and build the thing. Like sometimes we just got to put that away. We got to put that aside and just build the thing and do the thing that we want to be doing. So very much so, our environments and the people around us and our circle does have an incredible impact on our lives. And it has an impact on the way we move. It has an impact on how we are successful. It has an impact on how we feel in different areas of our lives. You know, if you have someone around you who's really supportive, cheering you on, helping you in different ways. You know, if you have a husband out there who's like telling you like, I'm going to take care of this part of the home and the family, so you can just have a little bit more time to, you know, take care of your health. You have a little bit more time to do this. These are things that are very, very helpful and impactful in a positive way. If you have a lot on your shoulders and you have a lot of things you have to take care of in your family, your parents, your business partner, your friends, and you let that become your life, it'll be very hard for you to find time to do the things that you want to do for yourself. And it's not selfish. It's not selfish, because being selfish is like being like, no. This is all about me. I'm happy that you have your feelings. I'm happy that you have this, but this is all about me. Like, it's all about me. I don't care. But we're not doing that, ladies. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that we have to find moments where we take care of the family, where we feel the feels, and we have to find moments where like we have to rip off the Band-Aid. If we had a negative talk, if we had a negative moment, if we had a negative experience with the people around us in our environment, we got to sometimes rip that Band-Aid off. We have to sometimes, let me rephrase. When we are going through things at home, when we are going through things with the people around us, with our circle, with the people we love, sometimes it's just about ripping that Band-Aid off for one moment for you to be able to work on yourself and work on your dreams and work on what you want to be doing, and come back to that moment of your family, your close circle, the people around you, to just be like, I'm here now. But they don't necessarily have to know that you ripped the Band-Aid off. You know what I mean? It's like, it's about making sure that, yes, I'm here. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I see you. Yes, I care for you. And I also see myself, care for myself, and hear myself. And I know I got to go do this, because this is going to be very much impactful for the whole big picture that we have together. But know that I'm here, know that I hear you, and know that I can also still build the dream. So, ladies, this is just like a lot of ramble, a lot of talk, but this is just some real talk, because I see it time and time and time again with myself, with the people around me, with my clients, with just the general dialogue around this. Is like how important it is to have like a very supportive ecosystem around you, to have a healthy circle around you, have a healthy environment in which you are in. There are environments where you're not going to be talking about certain things, because you know those are not the places and people that will celebrate that part of your life. And there are other environments where you're going to be talking about this area of your life, and you know that those people and those places are the places for you to be for you to shine your light in that area of your life. Just know that there are environments that will celebrate you, and there are other environments that will celebrate other aspects of your life. And it's just about choosing which environment, which circle am I going to shine in, and in which area of my life am I going to choose to shine in those circles, and making sure that you realize and understand, like, our environment has a direct and indirect impact on how we can achieve our goals. The people around us have a direct and indirect impact on how we feel about ourselves and how we move through life. And it's about us. It's about us knowing, when do we feel the feel with our family and friends and the people we love, and when do we feel the feel and go for what we need to be going for ourselves. Because sometimes we do have to choose ourselves in that moment, and other times we have to choose the family. And sometimes those choices can be chosen at the same exact time, but it doesn't mean that they're not important at the same exact time. So it's really just about dividing our attention and our emotions in order to serve the greater good, right? Like to serve our family, to serve the people we love in our environment, but also to serve ourselves. So just have that in mind. Your environment does definitely have an impact. And how can we play a positive role for ourselves and in our environment? And that's sometimes by choosing, by speaking up, by setting boundaries. And sometimes it's just about making sure, like, well, you know what, this time I'm going to be here, and that time I'm going to be here, and that other time I'll come back to this. And that's it. Whew. All right. That was an episode for you, my ladies. That was episode 7. I hope this rings a bell. Tell me how you feel about this. Like, how do you, my ladies, move through moments where you feel like your environment or your family or the people around you are not supporting you? How do you move through that? And how do you make sure that you still go after what you want? You still go after your dreams? Because, ladies, one thing's for sure: do not let the fear, or don't let the emotions, don't let the things that go through people's mind stop you from doing what you know is right for you. Because what you know is right for you, when you know that there's an opportunity, when you know you have to go after something and you are truly aligned with it, it's really sometimes just up to you to make that decision. Remember that, okay? Remember that, my ladies. Okay, so that was episode 7. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share with me what resonates with you. Share with me moments and times where you feel like your environment totally supported you, or where you felt like you were on your own braving the storm. I want to know. And I also want to know how you are all doing. Let me know how you're all doing in the comments, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful, blessed day.